Hello everyone and welcome back to Bitcoin Tips. So today we're going to be talking about how you can start mining APE Coin using your Windows 10 or 11 based computer in less than 10 minutes here in 2024. So if all of that sounds interesting to you, I do want to make sure to ask you to stick around through the entire video so that you don't miss out on any of the great tips and tricks I have to help you earn more APE Coin and keep more of the coins that you are actually mining. So, before we dive into the video today, I do always like to start off here on CoinMarketCap, just taking a look at what's going on in the markets as a point of reference if you happen to be watching in the future. Now, if you aren't interested in this, feel free to skip ahead 1 to 2 minutes and we'll be getting into the tutorial then. But overall, as you can see, it's a little bit of a down day here in crypto, a couple days after the Bitcoin halving, but overall looking pretty strong still, 2.36 trillion across the board, with a little bit of red, small amounts of green sprinkled in throughout the top 10, 25 coins here. Now, I don't think this is anything to be too concerned about. I think we still have maybe a few more months before we start to see major price movements due to the Bitcoin halving. Now, of course, historically, the Bitcoin halving has always kicked off a bull market, so that means mining coins like APE Coin could be a great decision to build up your holdings now when prices are a little bit lower prior to the next bull run. So of course, APE Coin here, coin we're looking at today, $1.27, putting it right around 101th place here on the CoinMarketCap. So overall, this coin used to be all the way up at $23.65 here in 4/28 of 2022. Now, that's really nice to see, meaning you could essentially predict and plan for a 20 to 25x if this coin, of course, makes it back to its all-time high. Now, I don't know if it will or not. This is all just prediction, but if you really believe in this coin and think that, hey, you know, it could get back up to $20 to $25, that right now could be the best time to start mining and collecting it, as it's only $1.27. So how do you go about doing that? Well, we're using a site here called Unmineable. Now, what's really cool about this site is it actually lets you mine coins that are not traditionally mineable or are too hard to mine regularly due to difficulty and things like that. And the way it does that is you actually choose the best and most profitable algorithm for your hardware, which in my case is going to be Kapow. And if you're not familiar with which algorithm is best for you, I would recommend checking out whattomine.com. It allows you to enter in your hardware and get stats on what's best for your specific computer. But essentially what you're doing is you're mining, and in Kapow's case, you're mining a coin called AIPG, which right now is one of the most profitable coins to mine on the Kapow algorithm. What Unmineable does is it goes ahead and converts that over into the APE Coin, paying you out straight in APE Coin. Very, very cool. It's a great way to build up your holdings. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and say get started with our wizard. There's basic and advanced. I'm going to go ahead and use basic. That's good enough for 99% of people. If you do want to specify your region, your server, your port, your worker name, stuff like that, go ahead and use advanced, but I'm using basic. Here you can choose if you want to use your CPU or your GPU. Now, I'm going to be going with the GPU path here, as I think most people will be, but if you do have a strong CPU and want to do that as well, or instead of GPU mining, feel free to choose CPU. It's just going to give you some different algorithms to choose from. Here's where you'd select your algorithm. Again, I'm going with Kapow, but please feel free to choose what is best for your hardware. At this point, you can go ahead and choose your coin. Now, of course, we're talking about APE Coin today, so I'm going to be going with that one. But if you get to this step and say, hey, you know, there's a really interesting coin that I think is a better coin to mine than APE Coin, feel free to choose that one. This tutorial still works the same, and you're able to take advantage of the discounts that we have that I'll talk about here in just a minute. But go ahead and select APE Coin and enter in your address. Now, please, please, please double and triple check that this address is correct. If it is incorrect, you will still be able to mine to it, but you may not be able to get paid. Well, if it is incorrect, you will not be able to get paid. As you can see, if I delete that capital C, I do get a warning here, but if I replace it with a lowercase c, it says you're good and ready to go. But we all know that this address is not correct. So please don't just rely on the Unmineable call out there, and double check your address. Go ahead and say next. And as you can see here, I do have a Bitcoin Tips referral code as seen on screen. It's also down below in the description. I highly recommend you use this because it actually helps you save and keep more of the APE coin that you're using. Here on Unmineable, there is a 1% pool fee for all of the coins across the board. Doesn't matter, for APE coin here, if you mine, 100 APE coin, you're of course going to pay that 1%, being one APE coin, to Unmineable. Doesn't matter if it's $1 a coin, $20 a coin. If you mine 100 in a day or in a year, you're always paying that one coin. But if you enter in my Bitcoin Tips referral code, as you see here on screen, or using the link down below, you'll actually save 25% on that and only pay a 0.75% fee, meaning you get to keep an additional 25% of the coins that you would otherwise be paying to Unmineable. So feel free to use that, and if not, of course, you can continue without the referral code, but you will pay a higher fee. So go ahead and say next or continue without, and you're at the final step where you download your mining program and get started. Now, I personally really like Gminer. It works with both NVIDIA and AMD, and I've had a lot of good luck with it. But feel free to choose whatever miner program you want to use. I do just like to call out that certain ones like Team Red or T-Rex Miner only support one GPU brand. If you do happen to choose the wrong one there, you won't be able to mine, and it can cause issues. So that's why I recommend Gminer, is it takes out that extra thing that could go wrong. What you're going to want to do is go ahead and say download miner files. This will bring you to the GitHub where you just choose the Windows 64.zip. This will go ahead and download. You do have to extract it. If you don't extract it, this will not work. So once you get that extracted, go ahead and come back over to Unmineable and select download.bat file. This will download the Windows batch file, which all you have to do is drag and drop it into the same file as your Gminer or whatever mining program you downloaded. Now, I do like to take a second to call out, when you download these files, both the .bat file and the miner files, you may get a call out in your browser or in Windows Defender saying, hey, you're downloading an unverified file. Are you sure you want to proceed with this? You are going to have to say yes, allow the download. Now, if you are not comfortable with this, simply don't do it. There is always a risk. Now, I can personally say I've been doing this for many years and I've never had any issues, but that does not mean you will have the same experience. If you're not comfortable doing it, there is no workaround. Unfortunately, you just won't be able to mine. So, with that being said, once you get everything downloaded here, drag and drop that file into the folder, and you can see that you are ready to start mining. Go ahead and double click that Unmineable APE Kapow Gminer, of course, with your address, algorithm and mining program chosen. As you can see here, I got a Windows protected your PC. You do have to say more info and run anyway. Again, if you're not comfortable doing that, you will have to just move on. So once you've said run anyway, as you can see here, we are officially up and mining APE Coin using my RTX 2080 on the Kapow algorithm. So we're about 8 minutes into this video, and as you can see, even including a little bit of an intro with CoinMarketCap and prices, we were able to start mining this coin in less than 10 minutes. So just a few other things I'd like to call out here on Unmineable is when you do start mining, it does take 15 to 30 minutes for your stats to show up here on the site. So if you don't see them right away, that's completely normal. Just give it some time and they should start to come in. And on the other side, when you decide you're ready to stop mining, maybe you need to use your computer or shut it down, whatever it may be, all you have to do is find this window and hit the X. Once that's fully closed out, not just minimized, you are no longer mining. And the only reason I like to call this out is on the website, you will actually continue to see stats and even some payments for up to an hour or longer after stopping the miner. So it's a little confusing, but as long as that is fully closed out, you are no longer mining. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you do run into any issues during this setup here, please feel free to leave a comment. I'm always happy to help get you up and running. And the link and the referral code are in the description below. That saves you that 25% on your pool fee. So thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.